Good morning, good morning. It's Robert, an ambassador for Christ. And as you know where I go, the kingdom goes. Now, what's going on? Well, I'm out here praying and it's crazy early. It must be about 4:30 in the morning. And as you can see, look, everything is dead. There's no one around, nobody around. Now, why am I out so early? Why am I out here praying in the dead of the morning where it's pitch black everywhere? That's a sea over there. You probably can't hear it, but it sounds very, very tranquil, so to speak. But you're probably thinking, why am I out so early? What am I doing? Well, I'm out here praying. I'm out here seeking the face of God, seeking God's face early in the morning. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because, for example, I was reading the Bible yesterday, and in the book of Isaiah chapter 42 verse 7 and 8, around about there, it speaks about how there are things going on in the world and God has plans, and that he wants to show you or tell you about those plans. He wants to tell you about those moves. God wants to reveal to us his plan. He wants to reveal to us what he's doing today, tomorrow, in the future. He wants to reveal it to us. He wants to talk to us about it. So when these things take place, it doesn't surprise us. It doesn't take us by surprise. Why? Because God has already told us what he's going to be doing. He's already revealed it to us in the morning hour or whenever you go to seek God. See, I don't know about you, but I need to know what God is doing. I need to know what God is about to do. I need to know what God's plans are for my life. I need to be able to hear God today. I need to hear him so I can prepare for what he's going to be doing tomorrow, because he always reveals what he's going to be doing to those who are listening. He's always revealing what his plans are and what he's going to do to those who are seeking his face. The question is, do you seek the face of God? Now, as a believer, like yourself and me, there's been many times in my life where God has told me. He said, Robert, this is going to happen. Robert, that's going to happen. Robert, turn left. Robert, turn right. Robert, don't do that. Robert, go over there. He puts things in my heart. He gives me a word of direction. He shows me his maneuvers so that I can get in alignment with what he's doing. Everybody wants God to bless what they're doing. Okay, everybody wants God to bless what they're doing, but God is saying that he is blessing what he's doing. What does that mean? If you want to be blessed in your life, you have to get involved with what God is doing. Get involved with the plans of God. Now, the only way that you can get involved with the plans of God is actually to know what God is doing. Now, to know what God is doing, you have to be praying. You have to be out there seeking God's face. You have to be hungry for spiritual things. So when things do take place in the world, or some things happen, you're not taken by surprise. Why? Because God told you what he's going to be doing 3 months earlier. Why? Because you're on God's time scale. You are on God's timing, God's plan. You know what it is. You know what God is doing in secret because he has revealed it to you. I'm praying with purpose. I am praying with purpose. A lot of believers just pray for the sake of praying. A lot of people read the Bible for the sake of reading the Bible. It's something they want to quickly do and get it out of the way with. And they don't really understand the power behind certain spiritual activities. So because I understand the power behind praying purposefully, I'm doing this with a purpose, praying with purpose, and I'm going to receive power and insights to God's plans. Okay, there's lots of P's there, but I know that I'm out here, like I said, woo, a lot of lights are out because people are sleeping. See all the light? Can you see all the lights are out? Lots of lights are out in people's houses, look. Do you know what? I'm going to give you a secret right now, listen. What I've noticed of being saved for so long, for 25 years, is that when you get up early in the morning, you can't hear the minds of people because people are sleeping. See, when you're awake, and you'll find it quite difficult sometimes to get into the presence of God during the afternoon and during certain times in the evening. Why do you find it hard to get into the presence of God? Well, it's pretty simple. You can hear the minds of the people round about you, and you can hear the air is quite tense. But when you're out early in the morning, for example, everybody's asleep. So it's easier for you to tune into the voice of the Spirit. It's very important for us to get into the voice of the Spirit, so we hear God's plans. So because I know these things, that people are sleeping, the minds of people is not in the atmosphere, it's easy for me to break into the Spirit. It's easy for me to get to hear God's voice. It's easier for me to get to hear God's plans, to hear what God is going to be doing today, or his plan for me today, or what is God doing today. It's easy for me to jump on and hear what's going on in the Spirit. So it's very, very important. Praying with purpose. I understand the power behind prayer with purpose. I understand the power behind reading the Bible with purpose, not just reading it and doing it quickly to get it out of the way with like some sort of, basic Christian discipline that you just do quickly to tick a box, to mark off a box. That's not the way to do it. It's all got to be done purposefully, with purpose. I'm so hungry to know what's on God's mind. I'm so hungry to know what God is doing. I'm so hungry to get on God's plan, what God is doing. I'm so hungry to know the mind of God. And I know that this hunger, I'm going to be blessed because I'm a God chaser. So I'm saying to you, everyone that's watching today, that you also need to be a God chaser, someone who's hungry for the things of God, someone who's hungry for the mind of God. Because when you do that, you're going to be blessed so much, because you're going to have so much insight, revelation, direction. You will always know what to do. Let me leave it there. It's Robert, an ambassador for Christ. Remember, God wants to tell you of the things that he's doing. He wants to reveal to you what he's doing in the future. So we have to pray with purpose, and we have to get on God's timing. We have to get on God's plan. We have to get into God's mind. And when we understand and spend time seeking the face of God, things won't take us by surprise, because God would have revealed to us what's going to happen in the future and what he's going to be doing in the future. He'll reveal it to you, but he's only going to be able to reveal it to you if you are a God chaser, you are praying with purpose, you're seeking his face, you're hungry for him. Then you're going to see all these things, and you'll be moving so much more in the prophetic, but we'll speak about that another time. It's Robert, an ambassador for Christ. I'll see you guys a bit later.